IDPs displaced from Afar are seeking refuge in this IDP camp in the districts of Quiha and Maqala. Many left their home of many decades after Ethiopian forces and their regional allies committed gross human rights violations targeting villages predominantly populated by ethnic Tigrayans. Mbaya Hishe is a single mother to 4 children. She raised her children on her own after her husband passed away some 20 years ago. She was a successful businesswoman. Although she was born in Tigrai, Mbaya was raised and lived all her life in Shikhat in the Afar state until the night of July of 2021 when Ethiopian forces raided, looted and killed many in the predominantly Tigrayan village where she and her family lived.
They took all our belongings and animals. They even cut down and took plants in our farms. It's hard to talk about what happened in Shikhat.
Before she was displaced, Mbaya says she had a successful business in Shikhat and says she was proud that she was able to raise her children by herself after the passing of her late husband.
My life was good. I was a businesswoman. I used to sell sugar, grain, and butter. I raised all 4 of my children by myself.
Mbaya says that the day she left, she had thought that things would settle down again and that she would be able to return. But now, a year later, she fears she may never see her home again.
I left home on July 30 of 2021. I left my home with some money for transportation. I thought I'd get the chance to return soon. I went to my daughter's house in Maqala and stayed there till we ran out of food. Then I went to the bus station. My plan was to go back to Shikhat, sell everything I had and come back to my daughter. But they told me that roads were blocked and there's no way I can go back to my home. I had no choice but to start to beg. I used to beg in the city, the countryside, and really anywhere. I thought there could be food. Then I heard that people from Shikhat were being sheltered here, and that's when me and my daughter came here.
But Mbaya says that living condition at the temporary IDP camp is not much better. She says IDPs there have almost no access to food, clean drinking water, or medication.
It's been almost 6 months since I started to live here, and we've only received 15 kilograms of wheat. That's all. We don't have any clothes or even something to sleep on. We're always hungry. There's no water to drink and we don't have access to medical treatment. About 3 years ago, my vision on my left eye started to decline. I don't have money to get it checked. And even if I had the money, there's no medication here because of the siege.
And the rainy season, according to Mbaya, has made situation at the camp even more difficult, exposing many to illnesses.
Water goes through the roof and windows. We're so cold since the winter started. We sleep on the floor. There are no blankets, electricity, or coal to keep us warm.
Mbaya says it's up to the world to ensure that the Ethiopian government lifts the siege on Tigray, so that the many like her living in IDP camps across the state can have access to food, medication, and vital services.
The world should put pressure on Abiy's government to ensure that aid is able to reach Tigray without any restriction.
The Ethiopian government declared a humanitarian truce in Tigray in late March, and while the world has endlessly praised the Prime Minister and his administration, IDPs like Mbaya yet to see any benefits from the truce, as they continue to struggle to access basics like food and medication.